Here we are. We're recording. Don't do that, please. Either of you.
Focus.
Welcome to episode 5 of Talking Stuff. As always, I'm your host, Steven, joined by my brethren.
What's up? This your boy Zoe.
Oh, and this is Danny, a.k.a. McShits.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, McShits in my mouth. I want to keep that going.
The true
A
and only
fine
one.
nickname.
Yes.
Alright, so this week's episode is all about video games. Because we all three love video games, so I figured we'll talk about video games we enjoyed in the past, what got us into video games in the first place, video games we like now, stuff we were looking forward to, and yeah, a bit of a off-topic thing though, last night after I got home from work, Kickboxer 4, The Aggressor was on, and as we all know, the guy who played Cody on Step by Step was in it. So then I started looking up Cody clips on YouTube. But,
I remember when that movie first came out, man, had Jean-Claude Van Damme in it, man.
Yeah.
What happened?
Hey, Sasha Mitchell's cool too. Even though he beat his wife at one point, but that's neither here nor there.
He was just rehearsing for a role.
That's right. She was
the wife kickboxer.
She was a sparring partner.
Yeah. She just didn't know what was happening.
Alright, so back on topic. Video games, gentlemen. We love them. They're forms of entertainment. Some of them take high amount of execution to be good at.
And some of them just take a ridiculous amount of time.
Yeah.
For instance, I'm currently playing Skyrim. This is the third time we've recorded this, so I'm just going to make this as natural as possible for the segue.
Still playing Skyrim.
Still playing Skyrim.
People,
Yeah.
please don't believe him.
Yeah, it's I got the remastered special edition, and it has all the DLC and shit, and it's made me truly discover this and all other Bethesda games. That's the company that makes it. That I am a hoarder. Like anything. Like, oh, there's a bunch of cups in this room. Taking all of them. I have like 500 cups. I'm not even kidding, I have a chest of just cups, plates, and like, you can't do anything with these. I don't know why I have them. Like, there's no purpose for them. I'm just like, I want everything. Like, any mission takes me like 8 different times because I have to pick up everything. Like, I have a problem.
See, I've never played this game before, so a lot of the stuff you're going to be talking about is going to be new to me, but why even have it in a game if it doesn't do nothing?
Well, you can pick it up and sell it for gold, and then you can use your gold to buy other shit. But
But you don't sell it, you just keep it.
No, I have stuff to sell. I have separate chests for that. I have my nice plates.
But your fine china.
Yeah, I got fine china, but
no money.
Yeah, I have like
got so much money,
80,000
but I'm not going to
gold.
spend that. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I'm
You're
going that too.
worth the money too.
You know how many plates I had to get this shit? Yeah, I have like 400 something wheels of cheese. Like, you can just eat them. There's no purpose to have the cheese besides eating it. You can only sell it for like 1 gold.
And this is the game that you said, like, you could download mods or whatnot
Yeah,
for?
yeah. I have a bunch of mods. Because it's a special edition, you can get mods on console. You could have got mods for this on computer like fucking 6 years ago when it came out. But you can get like, I have one where the horse I have is a My Little Pony that it's a unicorn, and it, like, as you run, it shoots rainbows out of its butt, so it like leaves a little trail. It's fucking ridiculous. And then there's
And it's the one with the Macho Man thing in it?
Yes. Yeah, you can change the dragons into Macho Man Randy Savage.
Macho Dragon.
Macho Dragon?
They're
Macho
super
Dragon,
muscular.
Randy Savage.
Yeah,
with the hat and everything.
Oh, yeah. The first time I saw a video of it, it just comes in, and you just hear
You
the
just hear,
distance,
like, way in
"Ooh."
the distance, like,
Ooh, yeah!
like, fucking way, and then he like, lands, I'm like, ooh, yeah, and, like, shoots fire all over you.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's
See,
amazing.
When Skyrim came out, I had a choice. I don't even remember if they came out around the same time, but it's when I got the game. I had a choice between Skyrim and Dark Souls. And I was like...
You just wanted to break
I
controllers.
was like, this Dark Souls looks interesting to me. I'd never played Demon Souls because I didn't have a PS3 when it came out. So when Dark Souls came out, I was like...
And what's
that
cool game about?
Me. Because
I've never played that one either.
It's not quite like Skyrim. It's almost the same concept. It's like an RPG, like an action RPG.
But it was advertised as "You will die."
Yeah, the
A
tagline
lot.
for it is "Prepare to die."
I don't know what.
It's one of the hardest.
So it's a lot of
games ever made.
continues.
See, that's the thing. Yeah, see, it's not so much that it's hard. It's punishing. It punishes you for not playing the correct way, for not paying attention to your surroundings. It's a fair game. It's not, nothing in it is completely cheap. As long as you learn from your mistakes and you go into like a certain encounter or a battle the right way, it's not going to be completely difficult. Well, it'll be difficult, but it's just like once you see an experienced player playing it, a good guy to watch is a guy on YouTube called Epic Name Bro, and he
That's a pretty epic name, bro.
yeah, it is. And he'll fly through Dark Souls easily. Another one on Twitch, a guy called Eris. His Twitch is Avoiding the Puddle. I know him through fighting games. I don't know him personally, but I know who he is.
Also, you hang out with him.
Yeah, all the
he's a
time. I just
roommate.
fly
He's a
out
roommate.
casually to California to hang out.
Just to
with
play
him.
video games.
And yeah, he's really good at the Souls games too. That's like all he streams pretty much. For
It's
the
like,
most part, other than like Grand Theft Auto 5.
It's like in games, like, you know how there's like the weak, shitty guys that you just hit once to move on to the boss? Like, literally every guy can fuck you up and kill you. Like, there is no weak guys. Like, one guy can kill you if you mistime a roll. They can just slash the shit out of you in the back.
Because I'm more heavy into sports games. Like
Yeah.
I play fighting games like Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, and
Yeah.
stuff like that. But besides that, I'm mainly like playing 2K or Madden or
Which
Yeah.
2K?
you know, the most current one,
Well-
2K17.
Well, like, what 2K for wrestling or...
Oh well,
Basketball.
NBA basketball.
There you go.
Well, I said like.
Oh yeah, not everyone knows what 2K is, though. That's all I was saying.
Well, when you say 2K, most people
That-
assume.
that's
Yeah,
what I
most
was gonna
people.
say.
Yeah, most
When-
people assume it's basketball.
like even when they had
My apologies, Dad.
even when
My
they had like the
apologies.
NFL games and
know
stuff,
it's
it's just
a
like you say
wrestling
2K
podcast.
and just like yeah, it's basketball.
Yeah, because I'm mainly just playing the park and just right now currently trying to level up my dude, get him to a superstar. Because they add like last time it was you go straight to a legend. They had like rookie, pro, all-star, and legend. Now they want to make it harder. They want to challenge people more because a lot of people used to just like cheese and get to a legend real quick. So now they add a superstar in there.
They
So-
would collect cheese wheels like in Skyrim?
Nah, they just like to just
They
cheese,
have so
like do more fancier crossovers. To me, it's more of a cheating factor in the game. Like I said, just actually playing, you get
Yeah.
people that repeat, like do the same move over and over and over just to create space to get opened and shoot.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like they added superstar to make it harder to become a legend because now you got to put in more hours to play it. So
Got to grind longer to do it.
yeah,
I gotcha. But to correct you, there are grunt enemies in Dark Souls.
Well, yeah, there are shitty ones, but I was just saying, like, in general,
But,
you
like-
can get fucked up by easy
And
super-
the first Dark
super
Souls
easy.
is really cool in that
hold on. Would you say it's kind of like Vargo the Viking? Like how you said that game was real hard.
Vulgar, yes. It's a cheap. It's
Yeah,
a,
it's
it's not,
been
it's a cheap game. It's a free game that's a side-scrolling game where, like,
yeah,
it's one of the
Volgar,
newer
yeah.
platforms. It's fucking hard. as
I've
hell.
never played Volgar, but I'm interested in it.
It's
like it's pretty
rough.
like it's been out for like a couple of years.
Yeah.
So, right,
You should
but
download Super Meat Boy too. That's pretty fun.
I got Super Meat Boy on PS4. Yeah, Super Meat Boy is fun. I like that a lot. But like Dark Souls 1, you can go anywhere in the game pretty much right from the beginning after you finish the tutorial area. Especially like when you're creating your character, you can you can pick a starting item, and one of them is a
so
master
you create
key.
a starting item.
No, you don't create.
It's just like a giant dildo or
Yeah.
something. 'Cause that's
I
what
had a
would
big
pick.
purple dildo, and I was like, I can kill anybody with this.
Yep, it's right in the butt.
That's what make the game hard.
In
Yeah,
more
Literally.
ways than one. But yeah, one of the starting items is the master key. I can't remember if that's what it's called, but that's what I'll call it now.
That's the
And
new
you
name.
it lets you just open up any door in the game, so you could theoretically like start off and go straight to like wherever. Like the first time I played, I was going straight ahead after I got to the main hub area of the game, because every other game is just like, oh, just go straight. That's the first area. and I would run into these gangs of huge skeletons that would just fuck me up. And it would take, like, I'd get to the point where I could kill them, but
So
it would take me so long to kill them.
Do you still play this game like right now, or is
I
this
still
a game?
play. I play. The third one's out now, so I play that. The second one, not great, because it wasn't the same guy that directed Dark Souls 1 and 3. So they made a lot of system changes that were really weird and just kind of.
And this is on PlayStation?
And Xbox. It's on both. Yeah. So, enough of the current modern day talk.
Or just specifically Dark Souls.
Yeah. Hey, let's just talk about Dark Souls and Skyrim. Let's go back, and I'm interested to know what was, like, the first video games you guys played, and, like, if you can remember that far back, or, you know, what was...
Well, my first
system...
system...
As far back as you can remember.
My first system I ever had, I want to say was the regular Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
So I was playing like Mario back then and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Then I know I got a Sega shortly after that. Then that's when I started playing Sonic a lot.
Yeah.
But
the first Sonic was bad. I didn't like it. The second, because the first one you couldn't push down and then hit the button to spin to go fast. That was in the second one.
Yeah.
I still have a Sega and play it a bunch. I'm like,
I still got on my old systems too.
So do I.
Well, I used
But
to
I wouldn't say it was bad just because you couldn't do that. Like that was just something they kind of added to make it better. But
compared to the other ones, it's kind of I wouldn't say the worst of the series because the newer ones are the worst of the series. But out of like the cartridge based ones, that one like you can really see
and that was
the leveling up of the games. Like it actually because the second one you had that ability, and was it the second one that you could actually save your game progress, or was it the third?
No, it was the third one. That was the third one.
And you could play as you could pick to choose which characters you wanted to be in the third.
Yeah, but when the system was out then, like how many games could you even save stuff? Like you really couldn't save nothing back then.
It was mainly just for like RPGs and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Like Legend of Zelda had the little battery in it that you could save your progress in, and yeah.
That's the only reason why I'm saying the first one was bad, because on the same system you had a game that you could save your progress.
Well, what
on
was your
multiple files?
What was your first system? Because mine was a Nintendo.
Well, technically the first system I played was my sister's Nintendo, and believe me, I got to hear about how much it was my sister's Nintendo and not mine, because if I played it when she was in the room, people would get punched, and it wasn't her, it was me, because I was smaller. But yeah, I tried to play Mario, but I'd only get like 10 minutes to play it because I was so paranoid that she would walk in the room and then shit would happen. But the game I actually was allowed to play was Duck Hunt, but I wasn't allowed to shoot the gun.
How would you play it?
You gotta put with your finger.
No, if you plug in a second controller, the second person can control the ducks.
Oh, wow.
Fucking no one knows that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah, the second person can control the ducks. Real talk, you can.
Are you making this up?
Nope. Nope, yeah, it's legit. The second person, if you plug in a control on the second port, you can steer the ducks around.
I actually wonder how many people actually know that.
Yeah, nobody knows that.
I never was interested in that. I just wanted to shoot ducks, and my sister didn't want to play Duck Hunt.
So y'all could have been playing together the whole time.
Yeah, but it would, like, I don't know. I don't know if I would have liked that, and I know she wouldn't have. She would have wanted to. I had an older sister too, and she would have wanted to be shooting the gun. So
yeah,
she probably would have just forced me to.
Are you making this up? Or are you for real?
Hence why I got a controller to move the ducks around, because she was bigger than me.
You for real? Are you making this
No,
up?
for real, yeah. The second player can control the ducks.
I was a fucking beast at Duck Hunt.
Yeah, because I got good to where I could time how she would shoot. So then I would like see she was about to shoot and then move it the other way so she would miss, and then I would get hit in the face with the gun. So it really turned into a very abusive relationship with games from the start.
Yeah.
So Mario or Sonic, which one did you like the most?
If I can include all the series, it would be Mario, because after the cartridge-based games, Sonic games got horrible.
What about
you, Sonic CD was good.
Yeah, and then tell me about the 5 after.
I think the Sonic Colors I've heard is pretty good.
Ugh.
What was your first system you ever had?
Alright, so I started playing video games at arcades when I was a kid. That's like my first experience with it, and I don't really remember which ones. I think they had like older ones, just like when my mom would go to like the laundromat and they'd have like Galaga and Pac-Man.
It was
shit.
always fun playing like arcade games at the laundromat or something like that.
And they had pinball games too, so I would play like there's one called I think it was like Funhouse. It was like this weird creepy dummy was in it, and
The pinball machine?
yeah,
Oh,
like the
yeah.
dummy head. It was like one of the props inside of it. But my first system, my parents actually bought me an NES for I think my 6th birthday. So getting that Nintendo, opening it up, I got like so excited, and that was my first home console was the NES, and playing Super Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt.
When you open it, would you say that you preed a little bit?
I guess.
I understand.
Sure.
I just preed.
Oh my god.
What is this?
My
And-
can't sticky.
And I sucked at Super Mario Brothers as a kid. My older sister was way better than me. My dad was really good at it. My dad, like, some memories I have is just like me, my dad, and my sister downstairs, like, taking turns on it. And my dad just like cigarette hanging out of his mouth.
Like, come on, son. How can you not
just
do
like
this?
jumping over gaps and like doing the whole like
With his
jerking the
hands,
controller
the arm
over.
movement. But
And we all did it.
Yeah, but you younger at that time, so obviously he should be probably a little better than you at least.
Yeah, no, that's true. I didn't start getting.
You was probably like, damn, why can't I make this jump?
He's like, you can hit this button to run. You're like, run?
So all I gotta do is hold this down.
No, I knew about that, but I was just uncoordinated as hell as a kid. I didn't know what I was doing. I sucked.
Jumping hella early and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah, dude. I sucked.
Because on
at it so
platforming
bad.
games, like if you don't time that jump, you definitely not making it.
Dude, yeah, that was my whole thing. Like, I sucked at timing. So, like, all these games and all my favorite games were like ridiculously difficult. I got better at them as I got older, like playing shit like Castlevania and Ninja Gaiden and
That
stuff.
game with Castlevania was fun.
Yeah, that Double Dragon, all that shit. Not the arcade Double Dragon that sucked, but the home Double
The
Dragon.
arcade Double Dragon was brutal. Hey, did you ever play that?
Well,
You would play with your friends sitting next to each other. It was a beat 'em up. You're like, all right, man, we're gonna fuck everyone up. We're gonna get our one girlfriend back. It's a little weird,
Yeah,
but it pays off in the end.
Tag
Because,
team.
well, no, at the end, she goes, only one of you can be with me, and you have to
You have to
fight
fight
the
each other,
person to the death, and you only get one life.
Yeah.
So if you got fucked up on the end of the boss, you only show up with like 3 hits, and this other dude has full health because he knew it was happening and he died right
Yeah.
before.
That's a
so he could
strategy.
start over.
That made me mad as hell.
It was brutal because
Yeah.
it's like you super co-op, and now it's like, fuck you, I get to win, you lose, bitch.
Quick correction on my part. The arcade version of Ninja Gaiden sucked, not Double Dragon. Double Dragon was good.
Ninja Gaiden was too brutal of a game to play in the arcade. It's like,
Hold
how
on.
much money am I losing today?
Hold on,
But the arcade version was different than the Nintendo version.
what was that game again? Because I swear I know what that is. I just can't.
Ninja Gaiden?
Yeah, is that?
You're a ninja?
And you're guiding.
No, yeah,
You're
but I'm just.
guiding him
through
through
there.
levels?
Yeah, you're just a ninja, and you like jump
Yeah.
through. You pick up.
Yeah, you remember you
Sure.
could
They
like
had-
jump up and
Yeah, they
climb
had.
on the
Yeah, they
walls
had
and
that
shit.
on Nintendo too, didn't they?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I know.
It
what
was
game that
also
is.
one of the few games that was on the movie Wizard.
That game. That game was pretty fun though.
Yeah.
The Wizard. Yeah, Ninja Gaiden was good. It was
Yeah.
just really, it's very hard. Most games back then were hard because they didn't know. There was no differentiation between designing a game to like just steal your money at an arcade and designing a game to play on home consoles. So they just made
Everything
the home
hard as fuck.
consoles
If you're not
Home
good
console
at run
game.
jumping on games back then, it was probably real hard for
That-
you.
just like recognizing patterns for enemies and
Yeah.
shit. Yeah, so what were some different games you guys played back then that was really just like kind of like important or like big for you?
My big one was because like the Nintendo world didn't work well with me because obviously the story earlier. But the first console I got was Sega, and okay, so this is gonna be a little backstory for this. It's gonna go off topic, but I had to go and get an eye appointment because I wear glasses and I can't see. So we went and got my eyes checked. You get your pupils dilated, so you can't really see very well. And the perk of me going to this and not complaining was I got to go and get a video game after this. I got to go to a used video game store and buy a video game. How the fuck are you going to buy a video game when you can't fucking see because your pupils are dilated? So I'm holding the game case like a half an inch away from my face so I can read them. And the only one, I picked up a random game and it said zombies on it. Couldn't read the rest. Couldn't read the back. I was like, this one.
Zombies.
And it was Zombies Ate My Neighbors. And it turned out to be my favorite game of all time. I actually recently rebought it and have the Sega Genesis again just because that game is so good.
I know you've been wanting me to play that too, but I still never played that one yet either.
It's a great game. I love that game. It's like the trend of that time. It was very difficult. It's incredibly hard, and there's a ton of levels. It's a long game.
There's like 100 levels in this game. It's a top-down, technically a shooter, but it's a horror-based game, so each level has a different horror element to it. So, like, there's a level where you have to fight Jason. There's a level where there's
werewolves.
There's werewolf, and you have to get special weapons to beat these people.
Yeah.
There's a Chucky level. There's a giant
baby
level.
Giant babies.
Like, oh my god, yeah, dude, it's 2-player, but you have to kind of like, one guy has to be Michael Jackson, one guy has to be Tito, because you share the screen. So it's like, all right, man, you're more staying on the time. I have to follow you.
Yeah. I think we did play that. I think you brought over your system once, and we played that.
Yeah, we played it for a very short time, but it was like we wanted to play every game.
Other games, yeah.
I loved the character designs in that. I forget their names, but like the boy is wearing the 3D glasses, and the girl, they both look cool.
You think they ever remake that game?
They might. Hopefully, they don't.
Honestly, if they just like, they don't have to completely remake it, but like a remaster.
Yeah, because it sounds like
bring it out now with like online co-op.
Yeah,
that would be
newer
pretty,
graphics and stuff like that. Because it sounds
sweet.
like, because like playing a game where you could fight like Jason and Chucky and everybody like that, it sounds like it is fun. But
it's
you know it'd be better with graphics how they are today, so they should.
Well, kind of, but it is also like they are doing a lot more like bit graphic games for like retro games. So like they could just be like, "Hey, buy this game again." Just like how Nintendo goes, "Hey, buy the original Mario for the 5th time," and everyone's like, "Fuck it, I want it on the Switch."
Yeah, or they could do both. They could easily put in, easily. I'm not a programmer or anything, but they could do it where they
Stop acting like you don't do that for a living.
Yeah, they have updated graphics, but also like be able to switch it back to the old school graphics. If they could do it with the original Halo, then they could do it with a game like Zombies Ate My Neighbors. I think
it's pretty complex.
I know, but even the original graphics, look good. It's a nice looking game. I think the Super NES version is better.
The Super NES version, well, like the Sega had better color because it had a better color card in it. But if you play a game back then and it's on cross-platform, the sound card on the Super Nintendo is just far and beyond better. I mean, granted, it's like, but it's legitimately way. So if you get to listen to the music, it's way better.
Super Nintendo was the only system I never had.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've always wanted one because I have friends that had one, and I like the games on them, but I never had one of those.
See, my cousin had a Super Nintendo, and I was over at their house like every day, so it's kind of like I had one, so I can still play it.
I actually want to say that's probably why I never got one, because like my neighbors they had them. So
it's just like my cousin had that, so I got a Sega Genesis, and we would just play whatever we didn't have at each other's houses. Or, like, take them over to each other's houses and play everything on the weekends and stuff.
It was fun, because back then, like, they had the same games on the different consoles, but they weren't the same games.
Yeah.
Like, you could play Turtles in Time on Super Nintendo, but if you had Sega, you had to have Ninja Turtles...
Hyper Stone Heist.
Yeah, Hyper Stone Heist, which is the same game.
Is it the same game?
It's the same game.
I never played Hyper Stone Heist.
They had to cut out 4 levels... because it couldn't handle it on the cartridge for some reason.
Going back to the color and sounds, I always thought Super NES had the better color palette, like a wider range of colors. But I always loved the really tinny sound of the Sega of the Sega music. I don't know why I liked it so much, but it was just like really.
It's funny, you
There's
like
something
the
about
opposite
it.
of the specs of the system. You're like, this one had better color. It kind of actually technically did, and you're like, fuck you, I like it.
I will say on the different games thing, Aladdin for Genesis, way better than Aladdin for Super Nintendo.
Oh, if you're currently playing it, press pause, hit A, BBA, start, and you skip the level. You're welcome. I'm never going to forget that code.
And that's the what?
That's the level skip code on Aladdin for Sega Genesis.
For real?
Yeah.
Yeah, you remember that just off top,
Like
too.
it's nothing, dude.
Say
Like,
it again.
A, BBA, start.
One more time.
Hey, well, you have to hit pause first. I don't
Alright,
want you to waste your apples.
Going back to like some important games for me, a lot of them were arcade games. Just like the first time, like okay, Final Fight was like I loved all those old Capcom and like Konami beat 'em ups. So like Final Fight, the Simpsons game, the X-Men beat 'em up. Those were all great. Narc was pretty
Narc
fun.
was a really good game.
Um,
It's the one. It's a cop side scroller.
Oh, the
Yeah.
final boss on Narc is so badass. When he transforms. They show it in the Ninja Turtles movie when they're in the Foot Clan hideout for the kids. And you see, like, an arcade machine in the background, and there's just, like, this giant, like, skull, like, snaking around. That's the final boss in Narc. And it's so cool.
That's the second time we've talked about that scene specifically.
It's a great scene.
I don't
Everybody.
know.
I wanted to
talked
go
about
there.
it
I
on
wasn't
the
even.
first
Yeah, no, I remember.
I was like a scared kid, and I was like, "Yeah, I want to hang out in that place where the kids are all drinking and smoking."
Yeah, they get a full carton of cigarettes
Yeah.
and clap them together like they're like erasers or something.
But the first time I saw like a real fighting game was really like mind blowing to me, because I remember going to the arcade and seeing Street Fighter 2 for the first time, and it was the coolest looking thing. Like there was no other games like that before.
Best fighting game to
Like-
me is Marvel vs. Capcom.
That's true, but I'm just talking about like the impact it made on me just seeing that kind of game for the first time. Because this was before Marvel vs. Capcom. This was like the original version of Street Fighter 2 World Warrior when it came out, and it was like I sucked at them. I didn't start getting good at fighting games until I was like late teens to like my mid 20s is when I like
Yeah,
started
got
getting
good.
good.
Be like, I've been playing these for years. It's about time I get good at
Yeah,
this.
but it was just like my one time, like that I remember, like 2 times actually. One time was at my local arcade. I went and there was just like a giant crowd. It was probably like 15.
They
10
was
or
all
fif-
chanting your
10 or
name?
15 guys. No, they were beating my ass because they were all older kids. I was like
That's the opposite.
9.
Can I play?
I was like 9
Yeah.
or 10.
Come with your ass, little kid.
I was maybe 9 or 10, and this was, I think, Champion Edition had come out. So, Street Fighter 2 Champion Edition. And, group of all, like, they were probably like 14, 15, 16 years old. And I, like, step up, put my token in. Like, you had to wait in line, of course, but when it was my turn, I put my token in, picked Blanca, because he was a monster, and I thought he was cool.
My dude is rude, man.
and this older guy just beat the fuck out of me in the game.
Did you know how to do any of his
I
special
did
moves
not.
at the time?
You're
I can duck down and do the little charge laser thing, and that's about it.
that's about it, because I was
That
like, all you
and
had to do was
Chun-Li's-
mash punch. Yeah,
That and Chun-Li's kick.
yeah,
Yeah.
like an arcade employee during like off time. Like my mom, my sister, and me went to the mall one day.
Hold
Like,
on,
early.
pause. Is this the story of how you were molested as a child?
No,
All right, later podcast. Keep going.
This ain't the one where he got took advantage of.
No.
yeah, and I was playing Street Fighter 2, and this employee comes up and he opens up the coin thing and sets it to free play so we could just play against each other.
For real?
And yeah, I was playing Dawson, and he was like playing Ryu, and he was actually throwing fireballs. And I was like, "Hey, how do you do that?" And
So-
he taught me how to throw fireballs.
So he took you underneath his wing and made you better?
No, he just taught me how to throw fireballs.
So this is the first story where you learn how to handle balls. See? It all comes back around.
Yeah.
The truth comes out.
See?
Yeah.
Finally.
But other than that, just like games that really hold like a weird, like special place to me. There's one called Pocky and Rocky. I don't know if you guys ever heard of it.
Isn't that the one where you're cavemen? Am I wrong?
No, you're wrong. It's in Japan.
No, you're wrong.
You play. It's like a young girl and her friend Rocky, who is a raccoon, and these monsters are attacking. And like the first level is the haunted shrine, and you're going around. Pocky throws cards, and Rocky throws leaves.
You'd figure he'd throw rocks.
No, he's a raccoon, man. They love leaves, right?
His name's Rocky. Wait,
But
is this like a weird Japanese offshoot of Rocky and Bullwinkle?
no, it's Japanese, but it's not it's not Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Well, he was a flying squirrel named Rocky. Are they related?
No,
Is it his son?
there's no moose. It's a raccoon and a girl.
What if she did her hair in antlers?
No,
Alright. Are they fighting Germans?
they're fighting monsters.
German monsters?
No,
Alright.
No Germans, Dan.
There's no German. This is alright.
but it was just
So wait,
Yeah,
this
my-
isn't Rocky and
my
Bullwinkle?
cousin. No,
Okay.
my
Yes,
cousin.
it's a version of that.
My cousin and I would rent this game and play the fuck out of it. It was that. Saturday Night Slam Masters was another one. Saturday Night Slam Masters was. If you've never played that, you play it.
That sounds like a porno.
You owe it to yourself. to
It does.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah.
Fuck y'all. Saturday Night Slam Masters is the shit.
Don't judge him.
Like anybody listening to this that knows video games knows what I'm talking about.
Well, yeah, you gotta go in
you
the
listeners,
adult section.
You know,
To
Saturday,
find his game.
Yeah.
fucking Stinger was my man in that. Hagar was in it, I believe.
You're just
It's-
naming
it's a
characters.
Capcom.
We don't know any of these people.
Hagar from Final Fight. You should know he's Marvel. Like Marvel vs. Capcom.
Hold on, who is he?
It's one of the guys you never played as.
Mike
It's that
Hagar,
guy.
man.
Yeah, I was
The guy from Capcom, the big
Capcom.
dude, the dude from Capcom. He's from Final Fight. He's got like the mustache. He wears a strap across his chest.
I don't think I've ever heard of Capcom.
I said Capcom, man. There you go.
They just sell baby cows there.
That's an adult section.
That's also an adult section. It's next to the bestiality area.
Go ahead. Well, what are your games?
Well, my
Solitaire and
I'm more of a Parcheesi guy, but no, my big thing was Nintendo 64 was like the console that I spent the most time on.
I was just about to bring that up too, because like my game was Blitz. Like I remember me and all my friends used to have battles in that game. Like they like because we all kind of lived by, we all pretty much did live by each other.
Mhm.
So like,
in an orphanage.
oh yeah, well I was gonna say that for another one. So we all lived together then,
In bunk beds.
and we had video games. We was actually fortunate enough to have that.
Yep.
But
Sorry.
like we all went to the same school and we'd catch the bus like right at the end of the street. So like every morning before we would go to school, it'd be like 3 or 4 of us just all just playing Blitz. So like we would always like keep track of like who won the most games and stuff like that. Like it got to a point to where like we was so into it to where like we would either miss the bus or we'd have to run and chase down the bus. Like we used like that. You played Blitz before, haven't you?
yeah, I loved Blitz. I played that a lot against like my cousin and I, pretty much doing the same thing. Not before school, but
Nah, like like it'd be early as hell. We just be playing the game. But like besides that, I used to when I was younger, like and I had Sega, Nintendo stuff like that. Like I would play any game, like
yeah,
army games, like any of those kind of games. But like once 64 came out, that's when I really got heavy into like WWE games.
Oh my
Like-
god, those
like
N64 had
yeah.
the best wrestling games for sure. Yeah.
Like
Like,
WWE WrestleMania 2000,
that.
No Mercy.
Even
the best
like-
one was No Mercy, but yeah, because that's just because it was the latest one, the
Well, I like-
last one.
I like
Yeah.
WrestleMania 2000 was because that game, like, you can, like, people used to, like, put on the internet of how to create a character. So, like, you could download, like, you know how, like, when
Yeah, you would get the like 4 sheets of paper that'd be
Yeah.
like pick face 15, then
Yeah, 'cause,
air
like,
17, then move this move, and
Growing up, I was, like, heavy into, like, creating characters. Like, when we used to play basketball, like, I would create me and all my friends and put us all on, like, the same team, and we'd, like, play through seasons. Or, like, in wrestling, like, I would download lists of, like, how to create, like,
Dude.
Goldberg or people like that. And I would just, like, create all of them because it gives you more character. It was funner.
yeah, bro, this is how much I am into MMA and how long this problem has been in my life. I made Dan Henderson on fucking WrestleMania 2000.
Yeah, because they made it to where like you create boxers like Rocky and
Dude,
Apollo
he
Creed
just
and stuff
retired.
like that.
Dude, I got a similar thing that I used to do, but I used to do it with college basketball games.
We got
I would look up the college rosters and update all the names to the real players' names.
I used to do that with the football game.
And then I would go on message boards on like GameFAQs or like any game message board, and people would put up like, okay, this is like Arkansas. This is all what their stats should be for every player. This is what all the stats should be for Florida, for Ohio. And I would just go through updating names and stats for every single player, and then adjust the sliders so I could get realistic.
Because it's funny
names.
because well, the people I hung out with, nobody would want to do that. Like they look at like why you do that. But everybody would want to play my games though.
Yeah.
It was
You
like,
have it already.
it was
set
like,
up.
well, this guy got all the names. Like, of course I want to play his.
Yeah, exactly.
Like nobody want to take the time to do it. But like if you actually take the time to do it, it actually does make the game funner.
Yeah, totally. That's absolutely.
Yeah. Dude, the game I got in probably the most fights, like physical, like punching people, was Perfect Dark, which was the unofficial continuation of GoldenEye 007.
Perfect Dart.
Perfect Dark. Perfect Darts.
Yeah, Perfect
It's
Dark.
in a bar.
Yeah, you just
Yeah,
throw
just
darts. But yeah, it's the
Perfect Dark. Yeah.
It's
Because GoldenEye was the shit. Like
GoldenEye
everybody
was.
played that.
Yeah.
this one was because there was another 007 game, Nightfire, if I remember correctly, that came out in a blue cartridge. Was not good. That game was bad. But then this Perfect Dark game came out, and it was made by the exact same people that made GoldenEye. So it was literally the same game, but then they added a bunch more weapons, they added a bunch of new levels. It was the first game I ever played where you could have computer players playing in multiplayer. So it wasn't just me murking all my friends, they could have computer players to shoot. And then you could change the colors, so like everyone could be on a red team, so every character is just solid red. And then all the people are blue, like shit like that, but
Well,
it was amazing.
seeing that we've been talking about games that we actually like, is there any games in particular that y'all hated? Because I got one in mind that I will never play because my friend Virgil was just so good at it. Because I could beat him pretty much. Like, I was one of the best at all the games amongst all my friends. Like, everybody had their games they was good at, but I was always, like, either I'm going to win or I'm right there to win.
Yeah.
But it was one game that I could never beat him in. Like, anybody, I don't care who you is, I'll put my dude Virgil against anybody in Fight Night or Knockout Kings.
Oh,
Boxing game.
You don't like Fight Night?
Bro, he was just so good at that. It was like,
Man.
that's his game. I could not play that because I used to didn't like Gran Turismo at first because I wasn't as good at that because that was like Cruising World and stuff like that. Like those games was fun.
It was more casual racing.
Those games was fun.
That's what I'll say. Like, I like arcade racing games way better than like sim racing games.
The first Gran Turismo was great because there was no damage or anything.
Yeah.
So I would go 170 into a 90-degree turn and just ride the wall, and people would get so pissed because I would never.
But now they are. So like my brother helped get me good at that. So like I actually like that game now. But Knockout Kings or Fight Night, like. I hate that game.
Dude, that Fight Night was so good, though. Fight Night, what was it, round 2? Or round 3?
I see why people like them, but it was just like, because I was like, no, I'm not playing that game. Like,
it'd be fun against anyone except Holly Grove. You don't want to play that guy.
That boy, Holly. What about y'all?
I don't know. There was a lot of games back then that would just piss me the fuck off, but like in 64, that was like my system. I just played that nonstop. But there was one game for PlayStation 2, I believe. Mm-hmm. It was Star Wars Force Unleashed. Did you ever play that game? Yeah, great Star Wars game.
Force Unleashed? That was like for a 360 and PS3, man.
Maybe it was PS3.
That
whatever
was like,
it was.
That got like actually really good reviews. People like that.
Yeah, it was great. It was advertised that you could pull a Star Destroyer out of the sky. It was amazing. Yeah, I played that level for 3 hours straight without dying and couldn't pull the Star Destroyer down. I was like, I spent $60 on this game to fucking pull a Star Destroyer out of the sky and blow it up, and I couldn't do it. Took the game out of the system, snapped that shit in half. No, I didn't even get money for this game. Because there's been games where I was like, fuck this game, and I'd sell it. Yeah. Nope, took it out, deleted all my save files, snapped the game in half.
before you get to your game, I've been wanting to tell you this too. You gotta play Quan in Street Fighter.
I do. I'll play it.
Because I know you're real good at that, and he's real good at that. So I want to see y'all two actually play that.
I've been like losing a lot lately. I haven't been playing it a ton, so I've like ranked all the way back down to like Silver League in Street Fighter 5. So yeah, I wasn't that ranked up that high. I'm not that good, but I was better than that.
Don't let him lie to y'all. He's very good. That's why I want to see y'all two play.
But one game that was like a big disappointment. I can't even remember if I outright hated it. I probably did. But when the PS2 came out, there was like, you would always see screenshots and like promotional material at like gaming conventions and stuff from the Square Enix game called The Bouncer.
Oh my god, I know where this is going.
And
Continue.
everybody I knew was hyped for The Bouncer because it's just like,
that's the name of the game?
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, this looks like a new Final Fantasy or something. And look at these like visuals. It looks so good. These characters, it's just like this weird chick with like a weird hairstyle and like all these Final Fantasy looking characters. And then the game comes out, and I was like, all right, like I couldn't buy it, but I went and rented it immediately. And you play it, and it's just like, it's this watered down, like a weird, like just clunky beat 'em up with
the worst camera angle I've ever seen.
Terrible camera angle. It's got kind of like RPG type elements in it, but like you can kind of level your characters up, but it's not really an in-depth level up system. It's just like, okay, you leveled up, so your attack power increased a little bit.
And this game is on PlayStation?
It's on PS2.
Yeah, I played that game. It was really bad.
Yeah, just like the opening cinematic is cool. It's just like, yeah, this is awesome. And one of the things was like, oh, there's a competitive mode where it's like kind of like a fighting game, but you can play 4 players at the same time, I think. Like kind of like Wu-Tang Shaolin style. But I didn't have a multi-tap, so you couldn't play. So there was no way for 4 of us to play at the same time. But
you didn't miss anything.
Yeah, it was just
I
like
had one.
it was like a
You didn't miss anything.
it was a huge disappointment. It's just like you think it's gonna be like this epic game. They're like marketing this thing, everybody's hyped for it, and then it comes out and it's just like a big nothing of a game.
You know a game that's fun too? Now that I think about it, have you ever played Gauntlet Legends?
I used to play Gauntlet back in the day. I haven't played Legends though. That's the newest one.
Well, no, the one I played, it was an older game, but
because I remember Gauntlet from like a long time ago, but I haven't played a Gauntlet game in a long time.
It's fun when you play with like, because you said something about multiplayer.
Yeah,
like,
playing games like that those are fun when you play like a bunch of people. Like I remember playing Gauntlet at an arcade with like a bunch of people and like, or like the Ninja Turtles game back in the day.
And like, have you ever really ever thought like it's actually funny because, you know, back in the day, you either had to go to an arcade or people had to go over to your house to actually play games with you.
Yeah.
And like now you could play like online.
That's true. But I think it was cool. Like I like that I grew up at a time where I could go to an arcade and like me and 3 other kids who like never met each other before, but you like become friends for that day. And you go around playing games together.
You're like,
and that doesn't really happen now. Like last night, I had to send a dude hate mail because he rage quit on me on Street Fighter.
Like playing with people.
Yeah, it's
like,
fucked up. You sent me that hate mail, by the way.
Danny's a quitter.
My connection cut out, dude. He sent me a bunch of like racist things, and I'm not.
I was gonna say he actually sent the N-word back, but
I was like, "Hey, nice job."
And I didn't send it. Let me clear that up.
How dare y'all?
I just sent over like, ha ha ha, you mad, but I put like a ton of A's in mad. He was like, nah, I'm just tired as fuck. It's 127 here. I'm like, it's a lame excuse. Anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Nah, it's okay. Nah, it's funner when you playing with people, don't get me wrong, but to have the option to be able to play, like the people I play with on 2K, like they don't even live here. They live in Chicago.
Yeah, like I was gonna say, like even you and me live a good distance away from each other, so if we want to play together, it's just like.
And for all the people out there, if y'all want to get that work done in 2K, me and my crew is definitely down to beat whoever that's trying to play us.
Yeah.
We'll throw the tag out there.
Yeah,
then.
if anybody wants to
shout out to my boy Curry and G Hana.
Anybody wants to see a Silver League Nash in Street Fighter V? Just go online. Maybe you'll find me. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't have internet at home, so if you want to see screenshots of me building stuff in Minecraft alone while I cry and pet my cats, I'll mail them to you, I guess.
Badass.
I can't.
So-
yeah, that sucks.
Back to your cats.
Yeah, I'm like, Kitty,
Yeah.
help me, Butters.
One point I want to touch on, and this is going back to an earlier point, the Aladdin game. There's a lot of people coming out the woodwork now saying that the Super Nintendo version is the better version. They're wrong.
The Sega Genesis version was better because it had a
Yeah.
higher processor. Because the
Well,
whole game
not
is based
that.
around...
It's just you're talking about technical shit. I'm talking about just like the game itself is better. It's more faithful to the movie, I think.
Well, I mean, the game is really...
Y'all know they're remaking that movie, right?
Aladdin?
Yeah.
Is it going to be white this time?
I don't know.
I know they're making a live action Mulan. I just found
Gross.
that out yesterday.
Yay, more live-action movies of cartoons that aren't going to be good.
Hey, I
I
heard
don't
Jungle.
want you to be
I heard
down.
Jungle Book was really good.
I liked it.
It's a good thing only one of us saw it. It must have been really good. Trash. Sorry. Fucking hate that shit. Like, hey, guess what? The Beauty and the Beast movie's so good. It's so great. That's nice.
But
It's not.
the only thing Super Nintendo version had going for it, in my opinion, was the last boss fight was way better. Like, you get the giant, like, I don't know if they used Mode 7 for it, but it's just a giant cobra that Jafar turns into. You fight it.
Yeah. For me, it was just skip every level till you get to the carpet riding mission.
You know.
Do that one, turn it off, start back over.
It's been so long since I played that game.
Dude,
Well-
my sister can still to this day, like, on the spot, like I did, what's the level skip code in Aladdin? She'll just be like, blah, 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 blah. Because that was what we did, was we would just play that. We would just, alright, let's skip it. Alright, we're at that level.
Lame. I played through that shit like a man.
So, hey man, when you play Battletoads and the level you are interested in
Fucking
is the level that
Battletoads.
everyone hated, the what is it, the hyper tunnel or whatever,
Yeah.
where you have to memorize it. That was my favorite level on that game. It went downhill after that.
Fuck that game.
And that's the level that people would like, fuck this game, I'm never playing it.
Battletoads is fucking ridiculous.
I didn't really like that game too much.
Yeah, it's ridiculously hard. I never got past the tunnel.
I like playing Ninja Turtles. That was
Yeah.
my game.
Well, that was one of the few beat 'em ups that really did it wrong, where you can punch your friend playing it while that like you can.
Yeah, friendly fire.
Yeah, there's friendly fire in the game. So if you like,
Double Dragon did that too.
Yeah, it makes people punch each other,
Mm-hmm.
and then in real life they punch each other, and then it sucks because when someone dies, you have to wait for them to restart the level when you die. But one person has shitty health, so that guy has to die. So then you like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was badly made, but I liked it because it was really fucking hard, and I was the only person that could beat that level.
All right. So to close out, I just want to ask what you guys are playing right now, and if there's anything that you're looking forward to that might be coming out soon.
Well, the
Okay.
main game I'm playing right now is 2K. Basketball, Danny.
So, well, you know,
Basketball.
well, it's a good thing that everyone else knows finally.
And
What are you
honestly,
looking forward to?
I'm looking forward to the new Friday the 13th game that's coming out.
Yeah, that seems. I'm interested to see how that one works out.
I
For
think
sure.
being able to play as Jason
Yeah, that.
is actually going to make that game fun.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to Red Dead Redemption 2 and Borderlands 3. Granted, I can't play either of them online.
And you're
but,
playing what right now?
Skyrim and Minecraft. A lot.
I just got around to finishing Resident Evil 7. Great game. So if you still haven't played it, play it. If you like horror games. I'm also playing Sleeping Dogs Definitive Edition right now. It was on sale on the PlayStation Store, so I just bought it.
It was about
And-
dogs or something?
No, it's like, do you remember the true crime games? Kind of like,
I
they're
know.
almost like GTA clones. You know what
I
Sleeping Dogs
was
is?
just fucking with you. I
Okay,
just
cool.
wanted to,
You know what Sleeping Dogs is, Lorenzo?
I've heard of
Yeah,
it.
it's pretty much Grand Theft Auto set in Hong Kong,
Yeah.
but I like it better than Grand Theft Auto.
I like that they made it more of a melee combat game.
Yes,
which actually really grounds it, which makes it a lot better. Because if you play Grand Theft Auto, it's like, oh, I have a super sweet machine gun, I win, next level.
Yeah.
But this one, like, you actually have to fight people, and you
Yeah.
can throw their faces into like.
It's the best. Yeah,
Fans and
those
shit.
environmental kills are fucking sweet. They're so cool. And I'm looking forward, like Danny said, I'm looking forward to Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah.
What
The
else?
one
is
that's
coming?
already out.
I am
It's
looking
so
forward to Tekken 7 coming out in May. Or no, it's coming out in June. Fuck. Why is it coming out in June? Shit's been out in Japan for like 3 years.
I hate when they say a game coming out at a certain time and
Yeah.
then pushing them back too.
So Tekken 7, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite.
I'm ready. I'm looking forward to that too.
Yeah. I am looking forward to playing that NBA Playgrounds game because it looks like NBA Jam, and NBA Jam was the shit.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that one too.
Would you say NBA Jam was your jam?
Yes,
That's-
it was my jam. Put in the Beastie Boys or the Bill Clinton code. Yeah, I can't really think. Oh yeah, the remaster of Zombies Ate My Neighbors when I start developing it. That's gonna be sweet.
You gotta make that.
I'm gonna
on my-
start tonight.
It's on my GoFundMe page.
Yeah. All right, so we went a little bit long today, but that's all right. That was our video game talk. Hope you listened, hope you liked it.
Are you asleep right now?
How could you not like us?
Hope you subscribed. Hope
Yeah.
you liked the video too.
Yeah, make sure y'all like and subscribe and leave any comments if there's anything that
Yeah, if you
y'all want
want
to ask us about.
Yeah, if you want to chime in with your favorite video games, that's cool.
Yeah. Do you want more video game? Do you want more in depth stuff? Because I could talk about Nintendo 64 all day.
Yeah, if you'd like more like video game episodes focused more on like particular games, let us know because we could talk about video games all day.
Or we could just talk about movies forever.
Yeah,
'cause
or just
I can
movies,
do that
yeah.
all the time.
Movies and video games, or horror
Pretty-
movies.
Pretty much anything y'all could think about, y'all want us to talk about.
Yeah,
And there'll be more pro wrestling. Don't worry.
yeah, there will be.
This is a pro wrestling
For sure.
podcast.
That's true.
The number one pro wrestling podcast, from what I've heard. If the
I'm pretty sure we're like number 1,073,000.
yeah, no, we're higher.
There's a one in there somewhere.
At
There's
least
a one.
70.
We
At least
got a one.
70.
Hey man, it's all about the commas. That's
Yeah.
what you want.
All right. Also, check out our SoundCloud page because we do have a SoundCloud, and you can download the show from there and not have to listen to YouTube for an hour or 45 minutes. So, all right. So that being that, this is the Talking Stuff podcast. We're out.
Heyo.
Heyo.
Heyo.